Hey boss, I was digging and I found this thing and it started beeping and ticking. Should I be worried about this? Chuck, I'm not gonna lie, I'm on break for 3 minutes. I don't think I can handle this, so I'm just gonna start stepping this way. Welcome to Chainburn, everyone.
Hello folks, I'm the Ghost with Knife and welcome back to more Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and today we are exploring yet another trap style deck. This one, unlike the other trap decks that we've done in the past, is a little bit different. As many of you know, I really enjoy trap decks. I got into Yu-Gi-Oh! When it was really early into its lifespan, and stuff like Trap Hole and Bottomless Trap Hole were as powerful as could be. So ever since then, I've loved trap cards. I like to include them in most of my really powerful Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks, and ever since I came back to Yu-Gi-Oh! After my 14-year hiatus, I've been playing decks that like to use trap cards. Stuff like Trap Tricks, which is one of my favorite decks, even though I don't like the art. Stuff like Eldritch. I've been wanting to get into Labyrinth, but it's too expensive of a deck in my personal opinion. The problem with these trap decks in general, though, is that they tend to be really slow and grindy, and not a lot of people like to watch them be played, and not a lot of people like to play against them. They tend to scoop very fast against these decks. So I'm looking for a deck that's trap focused, that's really fast and engaging and fun, and gives you that adrenaline rush. And I think today I've found it. Introducing another anti-meta rogue deck called Chainburn. Now this deck is very unlike the other trap decks we've done. It's very aggressive, and you either live or die as fast as possible. If you don't know what a burn deck is, it's a deck that tries to kill your opponent as fast as possible with as much direct damage as possible in as little as 1 or 2 turns. And that's what this deck's secret power is. It has a lot of cards that can deal a lot of damage very quickly by themselves. Stuff like Justice Urge, which does 500 damage for each monster your opponent controls. Ceasefire, which does 500 damage for every effect monster on the field. Sacred Barrel, which does damage for every card your opponent controls and that's in their hands. Secret Blast, which does damage for every card they control. Bad Luck Blast and Ring of Destruction can destroy their monsters and make both you and your opponent take damage to help speed up the clock even more. Gravedigger's Trap Hole does more damage and negates them from surging and stuff. We just have so many ultra powerful ways to burn our opponents to cinders. Now, some of you are going to say, hey Ghost, you're missing a few cards. You're missing like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ultra rares. Actually 10 because of the extra deck, which does kind of matter. And I know what you're thinking. Why are you showing us this deck if you haven't finished it? Well, this is the end product. This is the deck that I want after I go ahead and collect some other decks. I just wanted to showcase what a full power Chainburn deck looks like before we get into the jank that I made. So let's go ahead and get into that. So as you can see, because I don't have 300 UR just lying around, we have a much funnier deck list we can use. This more budget-friendly and kind of memey version of Chainburn, including Firecracker. Now, you've probably seen this card if you've ever seen any Luke Von Karma videos, but Firecracker is a monster we can discard that does 1000 damage to our opponent, but we skip our next draw step. But you'll be surprised just to see how much work Firecracker does in some of the games we have ahead for you. We also have some other kaijus as a way to get rid of our opponent's big negates, including Kumungus and Gameciel. They help with our Bad Luck Blast and our Ring of Destruction a little bit too. I also have Magic Cylinder and Dimension Wall because I am trying to get a secret thing because I want more gems, and my secret thing requires me to make my opponent take damage whenever they attack. So yeah, that's the main reason they're in there. I also have Pot of Prosperity. We're gonna go ahead and just take that out. Actually, no, I can't. That's in the original deck list that you see in the games that I play, but it's not really great in this deck because it lets your opponent see what you're doing, which is kind of bad. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out just for people who want to use this deck. We also have 3 Poison of the Old Man. This is a pretty cool card in my opinion. I think it's great in this kind of deck because it allows us to gain life points, which can stall out our opponent just enough, or we can use it to start whittling down our opponents, and they're not going to really know what we're up to because Poison of the Old Man is played by literally nobody. So without further ado, now that you've seen the jank that we have on display, let's go ahead and showcase the power of Chainburn. Let's go ahead and get caliente! Alright, getting here onto our first game, we're going first, which is pretty awesome, especially with this hand. And we're going to do what Chainburn really likes to do, set 4, pretend we're Labyrinth, and pass. We're going to put the Fear of the Labyrinth in our opponent, as we're going to go ahead and play Abyss Actors? Oh, it's a Pendulum deck. So, you know what? I'm just going to let my opponent do their thing for a while. Go ahead, pop off. You got this. We're going to Pendulum summon some monsters. Yeah, I don't know what Abyss Actors do. I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to kind of talk as they go through. This is kind of what it's like to play Chain Burn. Your opponent wants to combo off for like 30 minutes, and we're just kind of sitting here looking at our phones, playing with our watches, turning off the stops until we see enough monsters, and we're like, yeah, this looks good enough. Yeah. Ooh, Super Producer. Isn't that like the best Abyss Actor card or something? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Alright, what you got for me? Okay. We're gonna get a field spell. Cool. I don't know what that does. Doesn't matter, I don't think. Cool. Take 1,000. Ooh, they did 1,000 damage for me. Thank you. That's very nice of you. Sassy Rookie. Mellow Madonna. Those are some pretty unique names. I like them. Holy cow, my opponent's got a lot of monsters, doesn't he? That's a lot. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and use Secret Blast. You got a lot of cards. Now we're gonna use Secret Barrel because you got a lot of cards. So just take a bunch of damage. Why not? 24, 27. Okay, yeah. Alright, now what? Oh, they gained 3,000 life points. I normally would be afraid, but I got a Magic Cylinder, so you can go ahead and take 2,200. Nice little animation. They're gonna attack again. Ooh, I'm just gonna Dimension Wall you. Aw, jeez, I don't got enough. Mahama. Oh no, they're gonna negate it? Cool. Well, you maybe take 1,100 and we're just gonna activate it again. And now you can take 1,100 damage. And yeah, it took them 20 minutes to set up that board. It took me 2 seconds to kill them. That's Chain Burn. All right, we've shown what we can do even when our opponent has the ability to gain life. Let's go ahead and get our next game out of the way. We're gonna go ahead and go to Pot of Prosperity. There's nothing else I can do here. I'm gonna try to draw some more cards. My opponent is going to... Excuse me? Something's not right here, Scooby-Doo. I'm gonna Prosperity. I don't know what they're playing. Ceasefire, Just Desserts, Dimension Wall, Bad Luck Blast, Just Desserts, Secret Barrel. I'm gonna just grab the Secret Barrel. It's a pretty good card. Set 4 and pass with Kumungus in hand. They skip their draw phase. They're going to set 3 and summon the Blast Asmodean. And from this point I realize I'm playing another burn deck. So how long is this game going to last? We both just kind of sit here and have a staring contest. We're going to Ring of Destruction. Secret Barrel, try to do as much damage as possible here. Our opponent takes 800. They can take another 1,000. And then they're going to pass. And you know what's going to happen? You're probably not going to see this coming. We're going to set 1 and pass. Our opponent's turn. Turn 5. Turn 4, my bad. They're going to pass. Yes. The mirror match that is just a staring contest. My favorite. We're going to set Ceasefire. Pass. Turn 6. Oh, they play Lucazi. We take 800. So now we're behind on life points. Which is, you know, fine. Who cares? I don't even care. Draw Muhammad. That does nothing. We have to pass. Turn 8. They set 2 more and pass. So this might not be the most exciting game, but the tension is palpable as my opponent plays double Cemetery Bomb. We're now even more behind on life points. They draw a card. They go to battle phase, my mistake. They pass. I will say every single turn they decide to go to battle phase to mess with me, and it makes me mad, but whatever. We're gonna summon Firecracker. Here we go. Firecracker, get him for some damage. Magic Cylinder, double Magic Cylinder. Let's see what happens. The first one negates our attack. We take some damage. The other one doesn't do anything because the attack is already negated, so it doesn't do anything. They just wasted Magic Cylinder. Who cares? Firecracker doesn't do anything, but we can use it as a clock. We can actually do consistent damage while our opponent has to deal one card at a time to us. They're going to Ukazi. They're going to summon... Excuse me? Hold on. Gorilla Kite. A kite that throws spike bombs. At this rate, they've got a monster. I'm like, forget it. We're going to just Desserts and Ceasefire. There is no reason to not do that. Take some damage. Take some damage. They're going to attack us. We're going to Dimension Wall. Because I misread Dimension Wall and I forgot what it does. I thought it was like Magic Cylinder. It's not. So my opponent is just going to take 100 and nothing's going to happen out of it. I'm going to gain 100 with my Mahama. The most amount of life points you can gain. I thought I could Gravedigger Trap hold their card in the graveyard. For some reason, I cannot. So... we're just going to deal some burn damage with Firecracker. And because I am desperate on life points, I decided to do something crazy. Sorry, I don't know if you heard that or not. I decided to do something crazy. 1 day of peace. First, we get in for some damage to Firecracker. I'm going to then play 1 day of peace to prevent myself from being burned out. We're going to draw a card. We're going to set Poison to the Old Man and Ring of Destruction. My opponent isn't going to take any damage because of 1 day of peace. Who cares? My opponent draws another card. They play Tremendous Fire. I'm going to respond with Poison to the Old Man, forgetting that I just played 1 day of peace. Gain 1200. We take no damage. Goes to our turn. Firecracker does nothing. We are now ahead on life points. We have Secret Blast. We set Secret Blast, attack with Firecracker. They go to 600 life points. Turn 16. Our opponent plays a card to to take themselves out of the game, which is both of us take 1,000. But I'm like, nah. We're doing this my way. You made me sit for 16 turns. Tick, 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 boom. Get firecrackered. Alright, that was a really long game. Hopefully this game will be a lot shorter, right? Well, with a hand like this, we're not doing anything anytime soon. So we're just going to go ahead and do the classic set forward pass. My opponent is going to think we're Labyrinth. They play Piercing the Darkness. I'm sorry, what the hell is this card? Legacy of the Duelist. Whenever a monster attacks, you can just target a spell or trap they control, negate the attack, and destroy the card. You gotta be kidding me. We're just gonna activate both Poisons of the Old Men. Try to do some damage here. I kind of don't understand this card the first time I read it. I'm like, yeah, I can still activate my negates. We're going to try to activate Magic Haribo. We're going to Gravekeeper's Trap Hole. We want to do as much damage as possible to our opponent. Take 2,000, please. They're going to attack. They're going to give up their attack just so they can get rid of our back row. Oh, boy. Why do I feel like this is going to be a long game? Oh, look, Mahama. That doesn't do anything in this situation. I'm going to try to summon Kumungus to try to encourage my opponent to attack with Kumungus. That way I can use Mahama's effect to give myself something to protect myself. My opponent is going to Monster Reborn, Magician's Robe. Tribute summon Chronicle Magician. Okay. We take 25 whenever I activate Mahama. You can take 2,500 now. Our opponent has 1,900 life points. All we need is like a secret barrel. 1 day of peace does not do it. You know what? Whatever. I'm going to draw a card. My opponent's going to draw a card. We're going to take no damage. We draw a Lava Golem, which is useless in this situation, but who cares? This game cannot go on much longer, right? Double Costin, that's terrifying. Why do they have that card? They're going to play all 3 of their monsters to link into... You've got to be kidding me. And if I set this, they just get rid of it when they attack with Legacy of the Duelist. Never mind, they'll just Harpies, because I don't know what my opponent's deck is, but I hate it. My opponent is going to gain 4,500 life points with Blackluster Soldier. We get a secret barrel. I'm going to try to activate it on their turn just to do some more damage. We're so close. All we need them to do is just play one more monster. They don't. They attack with their stupid Blackluster Soldier, because why wouldn't they? Turn 11. Okay. We may not get the Lava Golem kill. We may have had to fight and claw and scratch our way through this game. But little does our opponent know that we have a secret on their draw. They try to activate their Magician. We Secret Blast. Get out of here. You're not Yugi Moto. You're not Yami Yugi. The only kind of duelist you are is Tristan. Because Tristan couldn't duel. Get that Legacy of the Duelist nonsense out of here. To our next game here with Chain Burn. Pretty decent hand here. My opponent's going first, which isn't great, but whatever. Sacred Beast. Sacred Beast support, yeah. More Sacred Beast stuff, got it. Okay, we're playing Sacred Beast. Yuval. Oh! You don't do damage? What? I'm sorry, is my opponent playing the new Yuval deck that just came out? Yeah! They are. Okay. Haven't played this deck. Set for pass. I don't know what my opponent's gonna do. They've got 0 attack on board. I think I might have just had the counter pick. I've never played against Yuval, so this is funny. They're gonna go ahead and try to max seed just to try to get some nonsense going. I'm gonna go ahead and Gravekeeper Trap Hole. You shouldn't have max seed. That was a bad idea. I'm gonna go ahead and activate Secret Blast while I'm at it to just deal as much damage as possible here. Take 15. Take 2,000. Take 12. They're gonna draw another 0 attack monster. Wait. Is my opponent's whole deck they need me to attack them? Well, that's not gonna happen because I'm a burn deck. So as you can see, my opponent might be struggling a little bit against us because we have no monsters to attack. We don't have attack. That's not a thing we do in this deck. At least this version of the deck. If I had Heavenly Prison guy, maybe. But not this deck. So they have a bunch of 0 attack monsters as they go into... Oh. Well, that has attack. Well, shucks. They're going to shuffle some stuff, get another 0 attack monster that doesn't do anything in this situation. Has a lot of crazy effects. I'll give them that. But yeah, no. We don't attack. We do not care. We do not care. Moral of the story, we do not care about your 0 attack monsters we need to attack. We're going to one day a piece here to draw some more cards. We're going to draw a Lava Golem. Give them a Lava Golem, why not? They're not going to take any damage from Lava Golem, but it's fine, who cares? They got a Lava Golem. Oh, that's a Super Poly. There is no longer a Lava Golem to deal with. That's still a 0 attack monster. Does my opponent just have nothing else to attack with? Is that the Yuval deck? I haven't played it until literally this game, so I'm not gonna lie, this deck does not look impressive. Maybe I just have like the hard counter pick, I don't know, but this is hilarious. They're gonna special summon another 0 attack monster. Attack with the unicorn does nothing. End phase. Getting the flower, which they're gonna use to feed Yuval. Okay. Secret Blast. Setting Secret Blast. As my opponent sits here, takes some more damage. My opponent has tried with all of their might to just get through with their unicorn, and then they're going to link off their unicorn, making me think, oh, okay, we're going to have another... Oh, there's Unchained monsters in this deck. Oh. Oh, that's a red dog. Which gets them blue dog. I'd almost be impressed. I didn't have Mahama. Sorry, Yupel, you may be like a weird fiend Makonko, but Burn doesn't care. Now, with that absolutely disgusting display of a counter matchup in action, let's go ahead and get into our last replay with our little meme Burn deck. We've got a pretty nice opener here. We're going first, which is pretty cool. We're going to go ahead and play the Pot of Extravagance, try to get some more cards, try to get some more nonsense. We're going to draw into a Prosperity and a pot Poison to the Old Man. Whatever, who cares? We should be fine here. What's our opponent playing? Oh! Now, Cyber Dragons is not an easy matchup, because they can very easily just fuse into a monster that does 8,000 damage. And unless you have, like, Magic Cylinder, you're toast. The Poison to the Old Man could do some work here, but I'm going to have to play this very, very carefully. So even though this is a pretty short game, it's going to be a very tense game. I'm going to have to perfectly time my burns. My opponent grabs Cyberdark Realm. They play Cyberdark Realm. I'm going to go ahead and Secret Barrel, because I think, okay, well, this is a good time, because they have a lot of cards in hand right now. 1,400 is not a bad way to start. My opponent draws Cyberdark Claw. Now, I do miss an opportunity to grab Gravedigger's Trap Hole here. I don't know why I wasn't paying more attention in this moment. I could have just used Gravedigger's Trap Hole, got him down to 4,600, but I didn't. So they're going to grab themselves a Cybernetic Horizon. Hopefully I didn't lose my chance to use Gravediggers altogether. I'm going to go ahead and use Poison to the Old Man. Try to do a little bit more damage. I'm worried about what my opponent can do here. They're now at 58. They grab Cannon. They discard Cannon, which is perfect. It allows me to get back in with Gravedigger's Trap Hole. We've done pretty well with our burns so far. We've got them very, very low. They're going to be using their stupid Cyber Emergency. We're going to discard, special summon. I thought I could activate Ceasefire as soon as the summon happened, but apparently I didn't. I did have it on auto, so that could have been the case. What does my opponent summon? Oh no. I'm going to activate Ceasefire because I don't think there's anything else they can do. But the Eternity Dragon they discarded, and then... Oh. I don't know if I can win this. This gains a bunch of attacks. I have one Mahama. Okay. In order to win this game, my opponent has to not activate Seeker. If they do, the Rampage will have just enough attack that after the first attack, I can activate Mahama and win the game. How many times has this Cyber Dragon player played Chain Burn? Are they aware of the Fairy Dragon? Grab the core, go into battle. Oh, you poor soul. That was your last mistake. I might not have played this game perfectly, but all I needed was that one window to burn them to ash. And with those games out of the way, folks, I think I've demonstrated the power of Chain Burn perfectly. Even this watered down kind of memey version did a tremendous amount of work. I had great success with this, and I'd like to attribute it to the fact that Chain Burn is such an out there strategy that very few people actually play around it. It just uses stuff like Just Desserts and Secret Blast to deal just a bunch of damage and catch people off guard in such an immense way that there's very few decks out there that can actually deal with this, especially Mahama Dragon, which is such a unique hand trap, but I'm not gonna lie, I really liked Muhammad Dragon in quite a few of the games that I played. It was just the perfect way to finish off my opponents. Now, we're probably not going to revisit this deck until I can finish it, but I will say that I had an absolute blast using Burn. I really do enjoy this deck, and honestly, I think I might be a Chain Burn player. We might have to revisit this deck and try to grind on the ladder, but that's a different video for a different day. So, thank you for tuning in, folks. I hope y'all enjoyed feeling the burn with me. Now do me a favor, folks, and get the hell out of here.